Well, hi, y'all. This is John Sullivan from Sullivan's Projects, and today is Friday, the 21st of October, and everybody knows I've been kind of looking forward to this day. And so once again, I did meet with Dr. Kim. He's gonna be the surgeon who's gonna do the operation. I met with his resident for most of the visit, and basically they were concerned about some issues with the VA staffing for when I'd be having my surgery, so they were thinking about moving me to Banner because Dr. Kim does most of his work up there. What happened instead was we have decided to do this at the VA. Unfortunately, this is going to be a 4-hour surgery. They're going to have to actually cut out this whole area going in from the throat and from under here, and they're going to have to tear apart all. It's like dissecting me, tear apart, body parts, and making an access to where they can cut out the part in the esophagus. And in doing that, they're going to be basically having an issue with blood. It's going to be a 4-hour operation, so there's going to be the delay is going to be in me going in and being my own blood donor. I didn't choose it that way, but they said, yeah, it's always safer to use your own blood because you know where it's coming from. That's true. So I'm going to be going in and giving, pint here, pint there, stocking up the old blood because I guess I'm going to lose a lot of blood during the operation, so they want to make sure I'm good to go for blood on the way back out the door. It's going to be a very intense operation. I was aware of this from the beginning. I started receiving messages about it from my sister, who's also very good at this kind of thing because she's a doctor for many years, the anesthesiologist, oncologist, you name it, she's done it. So I was kind of expecting a pretty rough, pretty intensive, serious surgery, and as promised, it will be. I'm going to be doing this on the Monday morning after a 4-day Thanksgiving Day weekend. So hopefully everybody will get back in town early on Sunday, be well rested. And so it's going to be on the 25th on a Monday morning is when I'm going to start all this. I'm going to be inpatient for about 10 days and out of work pretty much for the rest of the year. So they did a lot of labs and stuff on me today, EKG, x-rays, that kind of thing. And they have determined that I am in really, really good shape for this. I'm doing much better than they could possibly imagine as far as how they expected me to be by now. So they're very happy about that. I've gained almost all of my lost weight back. I think I'm back at 158, something like that. So that's really good. I started in this process at 165, went down to 140s, very low 140s, and I'm back to 158 now. So that's good. The downside is I've been contributing all year, probably hundreds of dollars to this corporate Christmas party we're going to have. It's going to be at the Marriott Square this year on Friday the 9th. And I was going to actually fly my associate producer, Rebecca, who's my #1 prayer warrior, out from California because that's her birthday. And it's a 5-star hotel. They're going to spend thousands and thousands, probably $25,000, $30,000 on this extravaganza. So I really wanted to fly her up here for this, and just to thank her on her birthday for being so awesome. However, it's going to turn out that I'm going to be in a hospital or just getting out of the hospital then, so that's not going to happen this year. So sorry, Rebecca, we'll have to make it up to you next year or the year after or the year after, but we'll make this one up to you. And I shouldn't probably even tell you this, but I was really, really excited about doing that. And then this operation, which I had hoped would happen sooner, got pushed back to the 25th. So that's going to run me out of the hospital just about when that party's going to happen. And I'm going to be out for the rest of the year in Sierra Vista. Hopefully they're going to get me a work computer and be in the millions of dollars I'll make for this hospital every month. I'm pretty sure they will. And so at least I'll have something to do instead of just sitting in bed watching the ceiling fan go round and round and round. But anyways, it's getting dark here, so I just wanted to close with this. God bless you guys. Thanks so much for praying for me and thinking about me. And I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. It's actually good in many ways to have this extra time because I got a lot of things I need to get done this year with Liberty 72. So I will be doing that. got my computer back today from the my computer drives from the Arizona Computer Guru, and so I want to thank Mike Swanson and his team for at least trying very hard to recover the data on that thing. It's got a lot of good stuff on there. A lot of my Liberty 72 stuff I'd like to use just to remind myself of what I need to do is also on that computer hard drive. But they wanted $4,000 for the. They sent it off to China or somewhere for a recovery, and I just didn't have that in my budget. So I'm going to work around that and maybe even dock it into some way where I can get the data off myself. I've seen it docked up before. I know that there's data that can get off of there. I don't know what happened to it since then, but apparently they have no capability to transfer anymore off that drive. So they sent it up for a $4,000 scrub, and I'm like, nah, not for $4,000. So I'm pretty much done with the Arizona Computer Guru. I'm going to be just rebuilding my studio from scratch. Still looking for that bidder. You guys heard me last time. I need Adobe full suite with Illustrator, Photoshop Reader, Photoshop Writer, Adobe, all that good stuff. I need everything, including the Premiere for video editing, and something that works with green screen. So top of the art Adobe I need, and I need the computer with the fastest RAM and the fastest speed, or the most RAM and the fastest speed. I need something for rendering very complex, very large files on 7 or 8 layers for special effects. Not even counting the sound, which we'll be adding separately later at the end. The sound mix for my movies is always done separate. Voiceovers, if I need to, I can usually match it up pretty well on the old stuff. So hopefully they still have the capability. But I'm serious, you guys. That's my. Before I really get busy with production, I need to have the parameters of my studio correct, so I make sure I have the right formats and everything I need for the A-Team A-Roll principal photography. So we'll just keep working on that model and get that thing ready to go, and work on some other models we're going to need for this, but a lot of it's going to be CGI. We'll see how that all goes later. But let's just say I have plenty on my plate, plenty of things to do, no boredom. So God bless you guys. We just want to keep you up to date what's going on with me. It's getting dark. I'm actually in Pima County, just west of the mountains, east of town. I know this sounds confusing. I'm south of I-10 and just to the east of State Route 93 on Old Vale Road, Old Scenic Road, one of the two. Anyways, we're in the middle of nowhere on Pima County property. And what you see behind me is actually cars going back and forth up and down State Road 83. Being that it's so late, I'm just going to jump up back on the I-10 and go home to Sierra Vista and bring on the weekend. God bless. Goodbye.